And may the power of Christ compel you.
Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back. It's been a couple of weeks, double weeks since we had our last spooky, actual set.
I was going to say, it's like we've been giving them a lot of fun alternative content.
That's
so
true.
They've seen us recently.
Just not on set.
Yeah.
Just not on set.
Well, we did the Conjuring video. That was on set.
That's true. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Like that.
Since we've recorded that, though, we've done a lot of fun stuff.
Indeed.
We went to Colorado and stayed at the Stanley Hotel. That video is live, so if you haven't seen that, go ahead and check it out. It was quite thrilling.
It was a very fun trip.
It was. We had a great time. Thank you, Monica, for hosting us again.
Definitely.
But this time we're getting back into it with our Spooky State series, back to the OG.
We're going to Kentucky this time.
Yeah.
We're going to be visiting the great state of Kentucky.
Yeah, which I did not realize. There's a demon over there in the corner. Do you want to come and join us?
She does.
Oh, wow. Very brave.
The trees in Arizona called mesquite trees are dropping their bean pods right now all over the ground. They're in our backyard, all over the roads. And our dogs love to eat them. So she wants to go outside and eat them. And that's what she's yelling at us about.
Yeah, I have no idea if you can hear her yelling at us. If not, then this is a really weird segment.
Yes,
but
we'll cut it.
She is there being really creepy right now, actually.
She's standing just behind the lights, all dark, with her head down, looking up at us.
And I love her for that. Yeah. Kentucky. We decided to mix it up with this episode. Although you guys, I'm sure, love hearing our history lessons.
We're trying to make it a little more interesting, a little more engaging for everybody.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because we've done, what state is this?
Kentucky. I don't know.
I think we've been doing this for almost a year now.
Yeah. I think we started last October or September. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I think we had started before we went to Hawaii last year. And we went in September of last year.
Wow.
So we're coming up on a year.
Wow. So I guess it's time to switch it up.
Time to change it up a little bit. Change the format.
Do you want to describe this new format?
Yes. So we are still doing ghost stories state by state, but this time we will be using a fictional story to tell the actual stories of a location. And by that I mean, so let's say it's a haunted house. We figure out what the haunted stories are around that house, and then we create a story to tell that. And then we'll tell it to each other and then give each other a little context, on the actual location after we've told the story.
Oh, I was going to give context first. Basically, these are real places, real things that have happened, but told in a cohesive, engaging way.
Yes.
So
a little more fun than a history lesson.
Yeah. Who wants to go first?
I'll go.
Okay.
So,
wow. Let's do it.
Yeah. Are you ready for The Ghosts of Pleasant Hill?
Yeah.
The Ghosts.
Are you going to give us context or no?
I'm going right in the story.
Okay.
And then I'll explain. I think that'd be more fun because then it's more like you don't know what's coming.
Tell us about this place in Kentucky.
All right. As I mentioned, it is The Guests of Pleasant Hill is the story. Beth and John Fletcher had been planning their getaway for months, a family trip somewhere quiet, wholesome, and different. Their boys, Travis, 14, Kevin, 12, were glued to their devices more often than not. And their youngest, Sassafrasina, 9.
Wait, say that one more time.
Sassafrasina.
Okay.
Who insists on being called Sassy, was just weird enough to appreciate something historical and maybe a little eerie. Ooh. So when Beth discovered a preserved 19th century religious settlement turned into a living history site, she booked it. They pulled into the gravel lot mid-afternoon. The July sun draped across the hills. Shaker Village was pristine. Tidy gardens, whitewashed buildings with clean linens and simple elegance. And sheep grazing in the distant pastures. Inside the Welcome Center, they browsed exhibits about this group she had never heard of, called the Shakers. They explored the grounds, caught a music demonstration. The rhythmic clapping and haunting a cappella singing filled the space. They believed music connected them to the heavens. the guide explained. Some even danced themselves into spiritual trances. Sassy nudged her mom. That's spooky, but cool. Next, they explored the carpenter's shop, watched the weavers, and wandered through the herb gardens, where Beth picked up lavender balm and a bar of beeswax soap in the village store. John signed them up for the horse-drawn carriage wagon tour, which looped them around the edge of the 3,000-acre village. The driver pointed out the trustee's office inn and added with a grin, some ghosts check out before breakfast, if you know what I mean. I misstated that. Some guests check out before breakfast, if you know what I mean.
No, this is going really well. Please continue.
Really well. Why? Travis asked, leaning forward. The driver smiled. You'll see. Doo-doo-doo.
Okay.
What?
Nothing.
All right. As the sun dipped low, they followed the walking path past the orchard and up the hill to the cemetery. The air was still. The trees swayed slightly, but the place felt paused. The graves were strange to the kids. No headstones, just simple, flat markers. No names, no dates. Because they believed in total equality, Beth said, even in death. And then, in a hushed moment, each of them heard it. A whisper. Not one voice, many, overlapping and unintelligible, but urgent. None of them spoke or acknowledged what they heard, not wanting to raise an alarm or get mocked. They turned to head back to their car, eyes forward. Only Kevin raised a hesitant look over his shoulder. Back at the Welcome Center, the clerk smiled sheepishly. I'm so sorry. There's been a booking error. We only have one room in the trustee's office inn, and the other in the East family dwelling just for tonight. You won't be able to stay together. Jen looked at Beth. Boys with me? Beth agreed. Sure, girls' night.
Girls' night.
Girls' night. You have this.
Girls' night.
Yeah, literally. They made jokes about Mom's ghost-free zone and headed off to their separate quarters. It was after dark when John, Travis, and Kevin stepped into their room on the second floor of the trustee's office inn. The room was tastefully antique, with tall windows, shaker pegs on the walls, and a wooden rocking chair in the corner. The air felt unusually cool, despite the summer heat outside. Travis sat on the bed and frowned. Do you hear that? They all paused. Creak, creak, creak.
I'm loving your own sound effects.
Thank you. The rocking chair moved gently. John walked over. The moment he touched it, it stopped. I'm sure it's just the floor settling or a breeze, he said, but he checked the window. It was shut tight. They went on to play cards for a bit and then got tired. Around 1 a.m., Kevin woke up and saw someone or something standing in the open doorway. A woman in a gray 19th century simple dress, hands folded, face pale, deep sunken eyes. Dad, Kevin whispered. John sat up groggily, then froze. The woman stepped into the room. Her feet didn't touch the floor. She hovered forward, slowly, and then stopped at the edge of Travis's bed. John leapt up, but the woman turned towards him with a strange, sorrowful smile, then vanished, dissolving into thin air.
Whoa.
Play that, lady. There we go. The door slammed shut behind her. Kevin's eyes welled up. She was watching me before you woke up. I swear she was right next to the bed. Then, a child's giggle echoed from the hallway, and then another. John opened the door. The corridor was empty, but the air felt heavy, like it was holding its breath. The rest of the night was a tense but uneventful, sleepless vigil for the boys. Meanwhile, Beth and Sassafrasina, settled into their room in the East family dwelling, where Shaker women once lived, in a close community. The room was warm at first, but as night fell, a sudden chill seemed to seep in from the floorboards. Beth woke up in the middle of the night to the sound of footsteps overhead, measured but deliberate. They were definitely coming from the top floor. Then the whispers came, but just behind the wardrobe. Sassy sat up. Mom, someone's in the wall.
Ew.
Beth turned on the lamp. No one was there, honey. You're just hearing things. maybe some critters. Then the wardrobe door, which had been closed, suddenly opened. Sassy stared. Do you see her? Beth turned slowly. In the rocking chair at the far end of the room, a translucent woman in a bonnet sat with folded hands and heads bowed, deep in prayer. Then Beth blinked, and she was gone. Yet the chair kept creaking and rocking back and forth, back and forth. They huddled up together under the blanket, and a cold tug pulled on the blanket gently but firmly. Beth swatted it away, but it came again and again. Then a knock from inside the wardrobe.
Good
Beth
knock.
stood, opened it, nothing. But a faint smell of lavender lingered, like the balm she'd bought earlier today. Familiar, but older. That night, neither she nor Sassy closed their eyes for more than a few minutes at a time. The next morning, they met outside and walked together to the on-site restaurant for breakfast. They didn't say much at first, but just sat, sipping orange juice and coffee, and then glanced at each other. Finally, Beth said, "Okay, who saw her?" John raised his hands. Gray dress, didn't touch the floor? Kevin nodded. She was floating, watching me. Sassy piped up. She sat in our room. I think she was sad. Travis added, there were kids too. I heard laughing, but it wasn't happy laughing. Beth leaned forward, the blanket. Something tugged it more than once. Before John could respond, the server returned with the refills and smiled. First time staying with us? Yep, said John. The waiter grinned. Sleep okay? The whole family hesitated. Sassy whispered, not really. The waiter chuckled warmly, pouring more coffee. I see you've met some of our more permanent guests. He walked away, and behind him, the door to the dining room eased itself open, though no one was there. The end.
Wow.
What'd you think?
Bravo.
Thank you.
I liked it.
You liked it?
Yeah.
Good story?
Yeah.
Okay, so as you may guess, it's about the Shaker village of Pleasant Hill.
Uh-huh.
It was founded in 1805, and it was a religious community for the believers like a Christian sect called the United Society of Believers in Christ's Second Appearing. They were commonly and more shortly known as the Shakers.
Okay.
They had some kind of unusual Christian beliefs. They believed in celibacy, but not like premarital celibacy. They just believed in nobody should ever have sex.
Oh, okay.
So like it's not like this group isn't going to grow super big because they couldn't actually add to their like religion by procreation,
Right.
which is the normal way you would add to a religion. So you just brought people in, and then they would be in the group until
Just
they
like
died.
purely converted people?
Yeah. So like if you take their belief system to like it's to the logical conclusion, assuming everybody joined the religion, humans would just die out, and then everyone would be in heaven, I guess, is the thought.
Interesting.
But the core of their belief was that Jesus already had his second coming, and that it was some lady in like the 1700s, because they think it was a woman.
The lady was Jesus?
Spiritually Jesus, not physically Jesus, according to their belief system.
Okay.
And they thought that the lady died, but then she continued to like speak through them and to like interact in a real way with like their religious sect. They got that way. They would like do a lot of dancing and music, and then they would like put themselves into trances, and they would like gyrate, and that's how they got their name, the Shakers. It's because they were like shaking when they danced.
Okay.
Okay. But yeah, celibacy was one of their main things. They were, I guess you could call them like communists in the sense that they lived in communes, and there was no property rights. Everybody was chipped in, and it was very focused on like sustainability and community living and stuff like that. They believed in like complete equality of the sexes. So like men and women each had a representative in like a head council kind of a thing. But there was no differences between men and women like in the hierarchy.
Okay.
They were pacifists. So they believed in nonviolence. They wouldn't join the military or do anything political. They believed in like hard work and simplicity. So like they were trying to achieve like perfection in simplicity in what they did. So like they were like really early adopters of like sustainable farming and technologies and stuff. But basically they were very like, they were hippies, I guess for lack of a better word. And they settled this area. They raised this village. And this is like, there's still like 30 like really well-maintained buildings from like the 1800s there that are now like turned into like a museum and like a showcase of like farming technologies and
That's
stuff.
cool.
Yeah. But obviously has ghost stories most about women in bonnets showing up in your room,
Yeah.
hearing whispers, hearing kids crying, laughing. But that's kind of what framed the story.
Okay, so like what about them were spooky?
Nothing about them was spooky. Like, I don't know why they'd be like in a bad way haunted.
Wait.
I just had to tell a story here.
Wait, are there reports of these people hunting people, or did you just pick a group and then create a spooky story?
No. Like, there's reports of like in the buildings that I use in the story. So in the trustee's office, that's now like the inn.
Yeah.
People report like a lady in gray will show up
why?
in the room.
Was there any information on like why these people are haunting this place?
No, they just say some spirits left behind. They probably have a big connection to the land.
Okay.
They devoted their whole lives to this place and lived in their community, and I think they just stuck around after they passed.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I liked your story. Thanks for
you.
sharing.
No problem.
Okay, mine's super different.
Oh, okay. I'm interested to see how, because we did not like pre-plan too much, so I'm interested to see the differences in how we approach this.
Okay, I think mine is a lot shorter.
Okay.
But I'm gonna give context first, so you understand why the story is what it is.
Okay, fair enough.
So there's a lot of like spooky places in Kentucky, and there's two favorites.
Mm-hmm.
One of those was Bobby Mackey's Music World. I'm sure you've heard of it. It's like super famous.
I think we've probably seen it on one of the shows we've watched.
Ghost Hunters, Watcher. I think it was BuzzFeed Unsolved at the time, actually.
Okay.
But if you're a ghost hunter on YouTube, you have been there, or a famous ghost hunter. But it is in Wilder,
okay,
Kentucky. It's a nightclub and a honky tonk. It was owned by country singer Bobby Mackey.
Okay.
So urban legends claims that the nightclub site is a site for hauntings. There was murders that took place there, and also unfortunately suicides.
Oh.
So there is some backstory as to why this place is so haunted.
Okay.
Mackey, the owner, claims that this site was originally a slaughterhouse in the early 19th century.
Mm-hmm.
And was later torn down for construction of a roadhouse that took on a couple names throughout its time. One of them was the Brisbane, but then Bobby Mackey purchased it in 1978.
Okay, so it's pretty recent then.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Bobby Mackey's is known as being, quote, the gateway to hell. I love that.
That's where Kona was born.
Yeah, Kona emerged out of the basement of Bobby Mackey's and came over
ran
here.
off down the street.
Yeah. And it's haunted by quite a few spirits. One of them is Pearl Bryan, whose body was found in a field 2.5 miles away from Bobby Mackey's at a site in Fort Thomas, Kentucky. Other legends claim that the murderers who murdered Pearl Bryan were Satanists who cursed the location and vowed to haunt everyone involved in persecuting their case. They said, nah.
They said, don't do it.
No. There's also a legend that claims that there was a pregnant woman who was a dancer at this club. Her name was Johanna.
Mm-hmm.
And then, unfortunately, the story goes that she committed suicide by poison in the 1940s after her father murdered her lover.
Okay. As they do.
As they do. She was a singer also at the nightclub, but she hung herself in the dressing room.
Okay.
So just some like more recent context, I guess. Actually, in March of 2024 of last year, they decided to close temporarily and like tear the building down and redo it.
Oh.
I don't know if there was too many hauntings and they're like, we got to get rid of this. But some of the key elements to the place that were like associated with the hauntings or whatever were moved temporarily to a site in Florence, Kentucky. Like the portal to hell. Like I guess it's like a wall featuring like this portal to hell that was like moved temporarily and other things that are there that are famous. There's like a water stain that resembles a human face. That like portion was moved. So they saved some of the core elements of it.
Okay.
And then in December of 2024, they demolished the original building.
Oh, weird. You think they would have, because like a big part of what it seems to be known for is the haunting stuff of all the shows that have been there. So it's weird they would tear it down, but maybe it just needed to be redone. Like,
yeah. It seemed like they saved, like I said, some of the major elements of it, but I don't know why you couldn't have just renovated around that.
Maybe it was just all rotten.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Anyways, that was interesting.
Maybe
So
the evil spirit.
The evil spirits?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rotten.
They were just like, we gotta tear this place down and start over. This is too many hauntings.
It's infused with ghosts.
Konas keep popping out of the gateway to hell. Okay, so this story takes place about Bobby Mackey, and some of the people that you heard me talk about will be in this story.
All right, let's do it.
All right. Bobby Mackey's is the kind of place that just feels wrong after midnight. Upstairs, it's all neon signs, bar stools, and live music, but downstairs, in the basement, it's a different world. Back in 2019, a woman named Erica booked an overnight ghost hunt there with 2 of her coworkers. They all worked the night shift at a local hospital, and ghost hunting was kind of their weird bonding activity. But this was their first visit to Bobby Mackey's.
Okay.
The legends of Bobby Mackey's is what pulled them in. The sealed up well in the basement that people claim is the gateway to hell, the murder of Pearl Bryan, her body found nearby, her head never recovered. Some say that it was tossed into that very well. And then there's Johanna, the spirit of a dancer who supposedly died by suicide in the building. According to the legend, she poisoned herself after her father murdered the man she loved, a performer at the nightclub. They say she still haunts the place, and sometimes, if you're lucky or unlucky, you can hear her singing. Erica didn't buy into that part. She figured it was just a good story and something that the staff said to hype up tours. But she changed her mind that night. The group just got there right around 10 p.m. The place was empty, the lights low, the stage upstairs was quiet. The bartender gave him the usual briefing: don't taunt the spirits, don't go down the well, don't stay up past 4 a.m. He smiled like he was joking, but he wasn't. They started in the dressing room behind the stage. That's where people say Johanna used to get ready. The room was small, with old mirrors, chipped paint, and a kind of silence that hums in your ears. They set up a voice recorder and asked some questions, but nothing happened. It just felt still. So they went downstairs. The basement had a chill to it that didn't match the temperature. It wasn't just cold, it was kind of off. The kind of cold that makes you feel like someone is standing just behind you, even though you know that they're not. They walked around with their recorders and their EMF meters, stopping near the well. The old bricks around it were stained and crumbling, and even though it was sealed, Erica swore she could feel the draft coming from it. Then she heard it. Soft, distant, and echoing up through the floorboards above them. A woman's voice, singing.
Oof.
Not a full song, just a few notes, like someone humming a lullaby. The others heard it too. One of them even laughed nervously and said, "That's gotta be coming from outside." But they were the only ones in the building. No one was upstairs. They turned on the spirit box, and right away, it spat out something strange. "Don't look." Then static. Then, "She's watching."
Oof.
The temperature dropped. Erica felt it in her bones. They backed away from the well and headed towards the old jail cell in the back. That's where people say the energy gets aggressive. Scratches, sudden nausea, full body cold spots. But the moment they stepped in, one of the EMF readers started going off like crazy. Lights blinking, beeping, nonstop. And then, from the hallway behind them, they heard footsteps. Slow, deliberate.
Oof.
Erica turned, expecting to see one of the other girls, but they were both in front of her. No one was behind them. That's when the singing started again. Louder this time. Not humming, but a melody. Sad, drawn out. It was coming from upstairs. They ran up fast, just to prove themselves it was nothing. That maybe someone had slipped in, maybe the bartender had left the radio on. But the bar was dark, still empty, and there, on the stage, sitting on a bar stool beneath the spotlight that no one had turned on, was a woman.
Ooh, that's creepy.
Just sitting. Her back was to them, hair pinned up, wearing something that looked like an old burlesque costume. No one moved. Then the woman turned her head, just slightly. Not enough to see her face, but enough to know that she knew they were there. And in that exact moment, every light in the bar flickered out. When they came back on, the woman was gone. They didn't speak, didn't pack, didn't even look at each other. They walked straight out, got in the car, and drove in silence for 30 minutes. They never went back. Erica later checked the recording from the dressing room, the one they left running at the very beginning of the night. For 20 minutes, there was nothing. Then, softly, right before the file cuts out, there was a voice, a woman's voice, and she said one word: stay.
Oh, that's creepy. That's a good story.
Did you like it?
That was really good. I will say also your people reacted a lot more realistic than my people, because if I saw like a ghost woman float through my room, I wouldn't be like sitting there the rest of the night. I'd be out the door. No, great story. Great story.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It was definitely creepy. I could follow it in my head.
Good.
Like the imagery.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And especially since we've watched so many videos of Bobby Mackey's, I can kind of picture where things happen, and I can picture these characters because we know a little bit about them.
Yeah.
But I thought that was a really fun way to incorporate all of the different ghosts of Bobby Mackey kind of into one story.
Yeah, that was fun. I hope you guys enjoyed it too.
Yeah, it was very different.
Yeah.
We tried to mix, like we said, the history with a little bit of fun,
Yep.
a little bit of different types of entertainment, storytelling in this case. So let us know if you liked it. If you didn't, that's cool too.
Yep.
We'll try to keep it interesting for you.
Yeah. But thanks for tuning in.
Yeah.
And until next time.
Don't forget to stay spooky.
Ooh.